So begins what is sure to be another dramatic day in the eWorld Cup of Legends. Today, it's Ashley Horn's England against Daniel Perry's Belgium for another knockout game. Let's take a look at the lineups quickly. Well, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Marcus Rashford drop back to the bench, so Kyle Walker and Jadon Sancho in from the start for England. And for Belgium, Thorgan Hazard starts on the right wing instead of Dries Mertens, and Chadli keeps his place on the left of midfield. And once again, I'll be taking you through this with the fabulous Lord Blackadder.
Look, I'm sorry, I know you mean to be friendly, but I hope you won't take it amiss if I ask you to sod off and die.
There you go, Edmund, as lovely as ever. Are you going to say something nice now?
Get stuffed.
Right, fair enough. Well, is everybody prepared for the possibility of England and another penalty shootout in a World Cup? This eWorld Cup of Legends is gripping people around parts of the nation, and Belgium may have something to say about this. They both finished their groups poorly, England losing to Poland, Belgium scraping through with a draw. Let's see what transpires in this one. Surely dramatic, the sun beating down, the stage is set. They'll both want to make a decent start. Only time will tell as to who is the next side to go through to the quarter-finals of this tournament. Here's Sterling, decent start this from England. Kane. Out to Chilwell. And now Ross Barkley. And there's a lovely ball in, Kane's there. Couldn't quite get enough power on it. And Courtois throws it out to Tielemans for Carrasco. He goes forward to Thorgan Hazard. Comes inside. De Bruyne's there. Hazard tries to get the cross and it's well blocked by Chilwell. Carrasco back inside to De Bruyne. Here's Lukaku. Oh, it ricocheted around in there and England can break with Jadon Sancho. Kane in the centre. And Dele Alli and Barkley have spread the play nicely. Oh, but that's a lovely challenge from De Bruyne. Lukaku's in there. Now Eden Hazard to Chadli. And now it's England's turn to make a good challenge. Ross Barkley in well. Dele Alli gets the ball. Looking forward for Sterling, but not accurate enough. Oh, and that's a lovely ball from Lukaku. Oh, it's put back across, and that's a waste. You'd have felt Eden Hazard could have run on a little bit there. Here's Sancho looking for Sterling. Now can England break? Really end to end at the start here. Dele Alli can't quite capitalise. Carrasco in again. Hazard to Hazard. Here's Lukaku. He's turned well. Looks for Thorgan Hazard in space. Danger here for England. Chance for Belgium. Hazard twists and turns. That's a lovely challenge from Harry Maguire. He may feel like he owes England a good performance today after that horrendous mistake against Poland. Here's Lukaku again though. Belgium looking dangerous when they come forward. Hazard, here's Chadli. Well blocked again and Kyle Walker clears to Raheem Sterling. Has to go back to Maguire. No one getting any time on the ball at all. Here's Sterling though, inside to Henderson. Looking for Kane. He can't turn. Very fast paced game this. Company looks for Alderweireld. Certainly the first 20 minutes. Surely they can't keep this up for the entire first half. Sancho looking to cause problems at the back for Belgium. Stones up, but he's not able to direct that header. Oh, that was well in from Walker. Ross Barkley again goes forward. It's Sancho, but it's blocked. And Tielemans for Belgium. Hazard, Carrasco. Final ball's not quite accurate enough from either side. England not really able to break through any Belgian defence. Sancho looking lively and still going. We read that well, De Bruyne. Finds Jan Vertonghen. And Carrasco again. Here's Lukaku. That's a great ball for Hazard. Not much in the box to aim at the minute. He's still going and now there are people in there. And it's bobbling around and this is dangerous. Just off balance, couldn't get the ball back across. Intriguingly poised. I'd say Belgium have slightly shaded it, but England looking dangerous as well. Maguire now at the back for England. Just get a sense the initial frenzy is calming down a little bit. Would you say it was a frenzy, Blackadder?
I've never heard it called that before.
Alright, fair enough. Oh, no foul given there, and Belgium can break. Hazard looking for Lukaku. Oh, and I think he was given offside. It was a late call there for a minute. It looked like he was going to be one-on-one with Jordan Pickford, Romelu Lukaku. Frustrated to see the flag go up. And Daniel Perry knows he's going against his home nation in this game, but does he really care? If Belgium get through, I'm sure he won't. It's Hazard to Lukaku. Oh, and it was almost Thorgan Hazard through. You feel Belgium are just one good pass away from a really good chance on England's goal here. Carrasco. Hazard again on the right. Seen far more of the ball than his brother. De Bruyne. Back to Thorgan Hazard, trying to get to the byline. Chilwell does very well. And he's kept it in. That looked very close. Tielemans can't quite get his shot away. Barkley's broken up a lot of the play. Doing well again now, Harry Kane. He's not had a great game since the first one. Oh, hang on. Jadon Sancho could be in on goal here. Just took a little bit of time to control it and has taken it very wide. Looks to cross. That was probably England's most threatening moment of the half. Lukaku now for Belgium on the counter. Has a Hazard each side. Eden Hazard now on the left. Now Chadley. There's the cross, Lukaku lurking. Chadley again. Thorgan Hazard in range. The shot's blocked. There's been some pretty resolute defence from England, and it's had to be. Belgium seemed up for this, although they have had a tendency to fade in games, which is the only real encouragement for England. Here's Ben Chilwell. We know he can whip a ball across. Decent possession. Looks for Harry Kane. Can Kane turn and shoot? He can! He beat Courtois with the effort. Right at the end of the half. Just flashes wide of the post. Harry Kane showing what he can do. And another knockout game that's finally poised. Belgium shading the possession. England only managing that one shot right near the end. Belgium looking a little bit more dangerous. I imagine the second half will be just as tense. Do you, Blackadder?
Indeed I do.
Come back and join us. Here we go then. Will there be a breakthrough, or could this be another game where we need extra time and possibly a penalty shootout? Neither manager will want the drama of that, I'm sure. Here's Thorgan Hazard for Belgium. Heads it down to Carrasco and runs on. Carrasco inside to De Bruyne. Can't get past Dele Alli. Good strength there from England. Ross Barkley. To Jordan Henderson. Now John Stones. They want to just get on the ball and try and maintain a bit of possession here, England. Ben Chilwell spreads the play with a lovely crossfield ball, but doesn't really advance it. But it's Kyle Walker. He looks to Dele Alli. Walker runs on the overlap. Here he is. Can he get the ball in? He can. It looks a bit near the keeper. Courtois did make a mistake earlier in the group stages, but his handling looks fine today. There's the ball looking for Lukaku. And Chilwell, under a bit of pressure, goes back to Maguire. And England come away with it again. John Stones now. They've enjoyed some nice possession at the start of the half, England. May help build some confidence. Daniel Perry wants Belgium to put a few challenges in. Here is Dele Alli for England. Cross is there. Kane is there. Just wide. Courtois asking his defence what on earth was going on. Kane rose under very little pressure and was able to get that header in. He'll be frustrated that he couldn't direct it at goal. So Courtois to clear. Goes short to Jan Vertonghen. England have had the better of the opening exchanges of the second half. But anything can happen at any time in this tournament. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. To Yannick Carrasco. Now Thorgan Hazard into Lukaku. Makes space. De Bruyne goes on. Great save. Jordan Pickford. That was the moment for Belgium. Daniel Perry was getting ready to celebrate. Ashley Horn has been quite muted throughout this game. They're going to have to be strong in defence for the entire 90 minutes, England. Here's Lukaku again. He turns and shoots. It's hit the post. Oh, so close for Belgium. They're getting nearer. Henderson just trying to take the sting out of the game for a moment. Looks for Raheem Sterling. He can't beat Vertonghen, who plays it back to Carrasco. Well, both sides have had good moments in this second half. We talked about Belgium fading. There's no sign of that at the minute. If anything, they're getting stronger. Here comes Chadley. Looks for Eden Hazard. Inside to Tielemans. Hazard goes on down the left. Chadley again. Lukaku. De Bruyne. And Stones doesn't go back to Pickford, and they're momentarily under pressure here, England. They've actually done well to pass that out of trouble. Ross Barkley now. Dele Alli. On to Sancho. Looks for Kane. Kane can turn. Has Kyle Walker up with them. Here's a chance for England. Sancho shoots. It's blocked, and Kane couldn't react in time. Just comes off his shins and goes for a goal kick. I think offside would have been given had he managed to get that anywhere near the net. Do you think, Blackadder?
Well, you're right there.
Thanks. Unusually nice comment from you, or agreeing with me at least.
Get stuffed.
I knew it wouldn't last. Henderson again, now Raheem Sterling. Can England do something? It really has been end-to-end, both sides having decent spells. And I think England may have a free kick here. Yes, the referee has awarded that to Sterling. Wasn't happy with the challenge from Tielemans. And there didn't seem too much in that at all, which is why Tielemans is asking the question. What is the capital of Paraguay, he's asking, which is a strange question. Now Barkley to whip this in for England. He does just that. Someone needs to get on the end of it, and nobody can. Very close at the back post there. This is the kind of game now where one goal will seal it. Jan Vertonghen for Belgium. If they fade again, England will fancy their chances. But, oh, and there's a stray pass. Kane almost got him, but it's deflected off him. Belgium come forward. Lukaku looking for Carrasco out on the right. There's a cross in. Lukaku lurking. The header down. For a minute, some fans in the stadium saw the goal net move and would have been celebrating, but it was into the side netting. He got a lot of power there. He got up ahead of Stones. But ultimately frustration. Well, it's another intense game. Balanced on a knife edge. Kane trying to find Sterling, but that's nowhere near him. Here's company for Belgium. To Tielemans. Kevin De Bruyne forward to Lukaku. Is this the moment? Lovely turn. Dries Mertens back to Eden Hazard. Now Carrasco. His run is tracked by Henderson, but he still gets the cross in. Lukaku's at the back post. Again, his header just goes wide of the frame of goal. So many chances for Romelu Lukaku. I think Pickford was beaten there. Is it Lukaku or is it Stormzy? Pickford clears again. And England just can't get the ball at the minute. Belgium looking stronger as we get near the end of this game. Well, the end of 90 minutes. We could be a long way away from the end. De Bruyne to Vertonghen. Nice crossfield ball to Castagna on a substitute. Forward to Hazard. And Stones looks for Dele Alli. Ross Barkley back inside to Alli. A little bit of room on the right. Trent Alexander-Arnold on a sub. He's got a good range of passing. Alli into Kane. Harry Kane! Kane thought he was held back in the box there. Courtois makes the save, and that's a strange throw from Courtois. Straight to Danny Rose. Danny Rose chips it, looking for Sterling. He can't keep it in. So Danny Rose on for Chilwell. Trent Alexander-Arnold on for Kyle Walker. England will want their fullbacks to bomb on if this goes to extra time. But hold on, here's Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard. Now Castagna for Lukaku. He gets the ball across. It avoids everyone. Whether I meant to say avoids or evades, nobody knows. Even I don't. What's the referee giving here? Well, Lukaku's unhappy about something. It was that challenge from Dele Alli. Dele Alli saying something's wrong with one of his windscreen wipers, I think. And Belgium have a free kick in a very dangerous area just seconds before the 90 minutes is up. And Eden Hazard puts it straight into the wall. Well, we've seen some fabulous goals from direct free kicks in this tournament. There was a chance to add to the plethora of those we've had. Belgium's still on the attack at the end here. It's De Bruyne. It's a great challenge. And now Jadon Sancho. Has to get it forward quickly if England want to attack. Here's Danny Rose. They don't quite have time. They're in a decent position there. And the tension is maintained. It's 0-0 at the end of 90 minutes. Yes, once again, we're going to extra time. You better come back. How are your nerves? Belgium fans, England fans, Ashley Horne, Daniel Perry. As Jesse Lingard comes on for England, their final substitution. And Vanaken is on for Tielemans for Belgium. I think Dries Mertens came on before the end of 90 minutes as well. Pickford at the back for England. And there will be a result in this game today, Lord Blackadder.
Now, all we have to do is wait.
We do. It's Danny Rose. He's challenged by Carrasco and Dries Mertens now. Lukaku has led the line well for Belgium today. Daniel Perry will be pleased with him. Henderson with a wayward ball out of defence. Gives it back to Belgium. Here's Vincent Kompany. Alderweireld to Castagna. Here's Eden Hazard. Vanaken. This is a nice move from Belgium, but Lukaku with the wayward pass and England clear. Halfway through this first half of extra time. Backheader there from Kane. Here's Raheem Sterling. Looks for Danny Rose. Can he whip the ball in from there? He's got time. He does cross. Kane's in there. It's well cleared. Here's Jordan Henderson. Trying to keep the move going, but De Bruyne has won it off him. Eden Hazard. Now it's Belgium's turn to break. And a good foot in this time from Ross Barkley. Here's Raheem Sterling to Harry Kane. He turns. Lingard. Lingard trying to get it back to Kane. Whew, there are some tense times here. Important challenges all over the pitch. England have possession again. It's Raheem Sterling to Danny Rose. Doing well on this left wing. He can't quite beat Carrasco though, and Carrasco puts it out of play. Belgium from this position probably want half time. Of course you get that extra substitute in extra time, so Rashford is on for Sancho now for England. Throw comes across. If that goes out, that's going to be the end of the first half. They may just have time for a quick chat from the managers. Daniel Perry says, "Go on my sons," and Ashley Horne says pretty much the same, but without a hint of a Belgian accent. Daniel Perry doesn't have a Belgian accent. I don't know what I'm saying. Come back for the second half of extra time. Well, 15 digital minutes away from another hard to watch penalty shootout for both of these managers. Can either side get a goal that would prevent that happening? It's Barkley. Spreads it wide to Danny Rose. He tries to run at them and goes down. Oh, and strange goings on there. The referee hasn't blown up. It's Harry Kane. Surely that must have been a foul by Danny Rose. Well, they were falling into each other. Let's look at that again. He blocked off the man and The referee was in full view of it, allowed it to continue. If that had gone in, there would have been some repercussions, I'm sure. Lord Blackadder, how are we going to decide who wins this one?
I suggest a wager.
I think a lot of people have done that. And, well, in some games Belgium have faded. They haven't done that today, but it's England on the attack towards the end here. Rashford on a substitute, looking lively. Here's Ross Barkley, trying to find some space. Here's Raheem Sterling. They've got a lot of men forward here in this attack. Danny Rose has done well since he came on. Finds Jordan Henderson. There's the cross. Kane's at the back. Can nod it back. Trent Alexander-Arnold comes back to get it for England. Here's Lingard. Is this the moment? Harry Kane! What a save from Courtois. England do look stronger towards the end of this game. Are Belgium just trying to hold on? He made the turn, made space for the shot. It was too close to the keeper. And it's a corner for England. Trent Alexander-Arnold to take this. 6 digital minutes away and a few seconds from penalties. The corner comes in. It's nodded away, but it's going to come to Ross Barkley. He has Lingard in support. Jesse Lingard goes back to Alexander-Arnold. There's the cross. Kane in the middle. Gets up for the header just over the bar. England have had a few chances, particularly in this second period of extra time. As someone who's watched England in a lot of tournaments, we used to be terrified of what could be coming. But as we all know, against Colombia in the last real World Cup, they won a penalty shootout. What about the Belgian manager and fans? How do they feel about penalties? Just playing it around in defence, more concerned with keeping the ball and stopping England getting it than getting forward. Here's Hazard. Is there one final chance? One twist in the tail. Romelu Lukaku into Batshuayi. He has a chance. Takes a bit of time but comes round. It's Michy Batshuayi for Belgium. And England hoof it away. Just a few seconds now. Surely the only side that could win this from an attacking position is Belgium. It's Mertens. And the pass is wasted. It's finished 0-0. It's been a good game to watch. A lot of chances. Some inaccurate finishing rather than keepers excelling themselves. Belgium with 9 shots, England with 6. Possession very equal. Belgium sprayed more passes around, but after all that effort, all that tension, it once again comes down to penalties. Well, they must be terrified, Lord Blackadder.
Total codswallop.
Here comes Marcus Rashford to take the first penalty for England. It's England in a penalty shootout. In recent times they've seemed better. Well, they've won 1. Can they win a digital one? Or will Daniel Perry's Belgium be victorious? Here comes Rashford. It's saved! His first penalty is saved by Courtois. It was a very savable height. And Eden Hazard steps up for Belgium. Steals himself. And he went for a chipped effort. Pickford didn't dive. And he's looked a bit foolish there, Eden Hazard. Well, it's as you were. Both opening penalties missed. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold for England. And it's another save. Tried to go to his left. Courtois read it. Now it's Dries Mertens for Belgium. Is someone going to score? Not yet. Another fantastic save. This is incredible. 4 missed penalties in a row. Can Harry Kane change England's fortunes in this penalty shootout? He does. Sends Courtois the wrong way. England score the first penalty. Now it's Romelu Lukaku for Belgium. And he scores as well. It's 1-1 after 3 penalties. Still in deadlock. Raheem Sterling. And his effort saved. Belgium can gain an advantage here with Castagna. And he scores! Fantastic penalty. If England miss this, they've lost. It's Jordan Henderson. The stadium holds its breath. So does Daniel Perry, hoping he misses. Ashley Horn wants it in. He strikes it down the middle, and he may celebrate, but his keeper needs to do him a big favour. It's Michy Batshuayi to win this for Belgium against Jordan Pickford. If this goes in, Belgium are through. He saves it! Incredible scenes here at Old Trafford. Now it's Jesse Lingard's sudden death in the penalties. And Lingard scores! All the pressure turns around and it's on Kevin De Bruyne. Incredible scenes here. De Bruyne must score. He almost got to that, Pickford, but De Bruyne has found the net. Now then, Ross Barkley for England. And Barkley scores. It's Vanaken for Belgium to stay in the tournament. And he takes it. What a lovely penalty. Can't believe it's going on this long. Danny Rose now has to step up for England. He wouldn't have expected to be taking a penalty today. And it's saved by Courtois. Rose misses. And Toby Alderweireld will have the chance to send Belgium to a quarter-final. Pickford's done it before. He can't do it this time. England go back to losing on penalties. Daniel Perry and Belgium are going berserk right now as the English players sink to their knees. Some are down on the ground. Belgium couldn't be happier. Let's take a look at some match highlights. Well, England will rue some missed chances even. Belgium had a few themselves, but particularly in that extra time period, England were quite creative. Well, the drama of a penalty shootout with England. In real life, they may have found a way to win. In digital life, it's painful again if you're an England fan. There were chances for Harry Kane. He scored a couple of goals in the group stages, but not really done anything else other than perform well in one game. That was a real chance to win it for Kevin De Bruyne there. And Edmund Blackadder, after all that drama, I feel like I need a hug. How do you feel?
What I really need now is a hug from a complete prat.
Right. Okay, not to worry. There was another effort. Lukaku hitting the post. Belgium came on strong in the second half. Lukaku had another effort, this downward header on 77 minutes at the near post. For a minute looked like it might have gone in. Another one so close. I cannot believe there wasn't a goal in that game in 120 minutes. And then this strange occurrence here where it really looked like a foul would be given. Came to Harry Kane and he'll be ruing that he failed to get that on target. What a crazy penalty shootout as well. Both sides had chances to win. Ultimately, the man who'll feel the most despair tonight for England is Danny Rose, missing that vital penalty, and Alderweireld striking his home for Belgium to send them into the quarter-finals. Well, after a long day like that, understandably both managers quite exhausted and neither able to actually come and speak to us in front of our cameras. They have both sent statements though. Firstly, this one from Ashley Horne, the England manager, and he says, "There are no words except for the words that explain how disappointed and upset we are. We thought we could go all the way, but we couldn't. We only went some of the way. Thanks to all our fans, except the ones that were booing us at the end of the penalties. They can get lost. We'll be back, but we probably still won't win." Bitter words there from Ashley Horne. It's a shame. He had the hopes of a nation on his shoulders. Sadly, couldn't deliver today. England out again through penalties. On to the winning manager's statement. Congratulations from us all to Daniel Perry and Belgium. Here's what he had to say. "Totally delighted to get through in a very tough match. Commiserations to England. We know a whole nation was against us today, but ultimately it's just a computer playing itself, so you should get over it. After a poor group stage, we now believe we can win the tournament. Sorry to waffle on. Cheers." There you have it. Also questioning the nature of the tournament, which never goes down well with the tournament organisers. Good luck, Belgium, in the next round. Of course, it's completely impartial. Thanks for joining us.